Motor Racing Network, MRN.com, and Wing Nation. Of course, we have you covered with sprint car racing, and one of the big stories this year is the King's last ride, at least last ride as far as chasing points on the World of Outlaw STP Series. And Steve, the decision's come down. You made the decision. Talk about getting to this point where you've decided to give it one more season around the horn.
Well, I mean, I was sitting there talking to Tony and everybody at TSR about maybe running part-time, and Dana, my wife, and they all decided that that might be all right, but don't do it this year. To give everybody an opportunity to let them know that this might be the last year you run, and we agreed to do it. And since I've announced it, I've about had tears come out of my eyes all the time. That's how much I know I'm going to miss racing. But you don't do it forever, So we're going to just have some fun with it and hope we win some races, and enjoy it, and get to spend a lot of times with everybody, the media, the race fans, all the competitors, and see where my hat hangs when I get done, I guess.
Does it amaze you, just thinking about the young guy from Indiana going racing, and now we have to have a nationwide tour, so all the fans, and they love you, we see the shirts, we see the hats. Does it amaze you that we need to have a tour so that everyone can get to see a race at least one more time? Does that amaze you, or kind of make you step back and wonder?
Well, it's a good feeling, Racing's, I grew up watching my dad just run local racing, and my dreams was to be able to have a job and maybe go out my local track and run on weekends, and I didn't think I was ever going to get that opportunity. I carried helmet bags around with me and everything else, and it was a long ways back. Back then, it wasn't like young kids that's raced since they was 5 years old, and I mean, that's all they've been prepped for, to race. And so I had a hard time getting racing, and to be able to make a career doing it and a good life doing it, and do all the things I've done. I've had the opportunity to be at Daytona 500. I had the opportunity to be at Indianapolis, fly with the Blue Angels, go to different countries and race, and do a lot of different things. So you just got to thank all the people that's been involved and gave me those opportunities, and maybe it's not a salute to me, it's more of a salute for me back to them. And but the bad part about it is I don't know what I'm going to do if I don't race. That is going to be the bad part about it.
Well, that's something we'll worry about a year from now. How are things looking for this year with the team? Is everything intact? Everything in order as you get ready to embark on the tour?
Well, I've had a chance to just walk into the shop for just a little bit, and the guys have been working we've been working really hard all winter, because we've got a few things got away with us with our motor program and some of our stuff to trying to get these things to the ground. And we think we've right toward the end of the year we got things going a little bit our right way. So all we can do is hope. I mean, mostly you're going to win more races during the years, get prepared for the winter, and we thought we had done that the last couple of years and let ourselves down. So we'll just work as hard as we can. Not only to make Tony Stewart look like, to make him sort of look like he should take a chance on an old man or whatever. But I want to run good for him, and not only that, I got my own race team running along beside us too. I want it to run well too.
When you look at the areas of the race car, how do you develop these things? I know, we're with MRN, we do so much NASCAR stuff, and they do testing and all the technology. Do you have access to much of that? When you have an issue, you talk about getting the car down on the racetrack or something in the engine, how do you guys troubleshoot and develop different things within the sprint car team?
Well, that's sort of the problem that we do have. If you come out with sort of the wrong combination that don't fit the tire, your horsepower combination, your motor program. These, our race cars are relatively pretty simple. There's not a lot you can do with them. They got 4 torsion bars in them, and then they got motor heights, and everybody's cars are pretty well the same. But what you do have to do, you got to figure out how to read racetracks and then get the thing to the ground. And they just get so much power out of these things now. Even with the wings on them, with the tires we run right now, it's created a problem of moving around on a racetrack and getting the cars down on the ground, especially with the spec tires and things like that. It always was an easier fix when you had tire companies competing against each other. The more motor you can put in it, just put a little bigger tire on, a little softer tire on it, and go after it. But with some of the new stuff, the spec tires and stuff, it's created a little bit of problems with guys that's used to racing a little bit different than me. So it's something we got to adjust with, and just want to. If it is my last year, I want to be really competitive. That's all I hope for. And not that we haven't been competitive. We're still in the hunt, but When you've raced for 35 years and won as many races, or however many years I've been there, won as many races I have, sometimes winning 3 races a year just does not satisfy you.
I'm sure. If you're going to do it, you might as well be in victory lane. Well, Steve, we'll be following along, looking forward to it, but best of luck as you get ready to kick off the new season.
Well, I look forward to kicking it off, and I also look forward to, even though it is the last season, seeing a lot of good friends and good fans around the country.
That's Steve Kinser, the King of the Outlaws, the 20-time champion. And, of course, every Tuesday at noon, Kendra and Jacobs and I will be breaking down the World of Outlaw STP Sprint Car Series and all of sprint car racing on Wing Nation right here on MRN.com.